The newly released HO scale Athearn Genesis GP15-1 with Tsunami 2 sound, right here on DG Modelworks. If you would like to see more content from my channel, be sure to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified of future videos. Okay, don't freak out guys, I did change directions on you. Alright, now I normally give you my final thoughts on a product at the end of my videos. This time I thought I'd give you my final thoughts right up front. And that's because this thing is amazing and it knocked my socks off right out of the box. Right out of the box, this thing has no missing or broken pieces. It has amazing detail, excellent lighting, amazing sound quality, no distortion, no rattling noises. It has a very smooth drive line, no abnormal noises from the drive line. Nice slow speed operation from it at speed step 1. No CV changes were needed. It just operated really nice, slow, and smooth right out of the box, speed step 1. I will discuss a lot of these things further in the video, so be sure to stay tuned because this is pretty impressive, I thought. In fact, I've had this for a couple days and it was such a joy to operate right out of the box that I've actually been running it on the layout here off and on for a couple days now, just enjoying it. And so I want to share that with you here with the rest of this video, and I think you'll be pretty impressed. As we look at the detail of this locomotive, this model is a representation of the 427 leased unit from the GATX leasing group and was a former Conrail locomotive. Up top you have your separately applied wipers, grab irons, sand fill hatches there, the sunshades, and the air conditioner on top of the cab, all nicely done. Number boards look great. They do not light, however, because this is not a Genesis 2.0 model, so just take note of that. Moving down, we have more separately applied grab irons. You will notice ditch lights that do operate, coupler cut lever, rubber MU hoses and cables. You have your plow and scale McHenry coupler that can be easily swapped out to KD if you desire. I would also like to point out that all the paint and lettering on this is nice, crisp, sharp lines, no bleed through or bleed over. It is all nice, sharp, and very, very nicely done on this locomotive. I haven't been able to find any flaw. This locomotive does come with a full cab interior with sliding windows, much like you see on their other locomotives. And you can see some of the ditch light wiring through the cab, but you do have to really look for it. I will give you a better shot of the cab on the other side. Now these GP15-1s from Athearn Genesis do come with road number and road name specific details, such as this one you see here has the bell mounted on the long hood. The truck and fuel tank detail is amazing in my book. Look at the trucks. I mean, that's a very high level of detail. I mean, everywhere you look, you'll see something else. You even see the speed recorder they have there. I mean, just amazing detail. Let me see if I can zoom in even further. Really nice. These do not have spinning bearing caps, as again this is not a Genesis 2.0 model. This does come with simulated walkway tread all the way around, front, back, and on the sides. The one thing that really baffles me though, now this is a Genesis line model and there is absolutely no simulated tread on the steps. They're not see-through, just completely smooth. I'm not sure why on a Genesis model that does not have some sort of level of detail. If I had any complaint about this, that would probably be the only one. We have various lift rings on top that are separately applied. See your exhaust. And K5LA horn. Separately applied grills on the top. They look really, really nice. You notice there's a warning label here. This grill down here is see-through, so that's a plus there. And lots more detail on the back. There is a separately applied grab iron that runs across the top here. You got your sand fill hatch. Again, number boards that look great, but they do not light. Just take note. Nice lettering again. Separately applied grab irons. More rubber MU hoses and cables. Copper cut lever. And this does come with rear ditch lights that do operate. As I said, this does have a full cab interior with seats. So if you want to put your own figures in there, you can. This does have non-operating simulated step lights. As you can tell, this thing is nicely detailed and everything is where it should be and not broke, not missing. A+. Alright, I think it's time to start this thing up and we'll cover the rest of it. And I'm going to do that all at the same time. I'm not going to get in the way with all my yapping. I'm going to let the locomotive do the talking for itself. So we'll start this up. I'll go through some of the basic sounds and then show you the all LED lighting in this. That's another improvement over past Genesis locomotives. I'll let you look at the headlight and ditch lights. That is the only lighting on this locomotive, so that should be quick, short, and sweet. It's nicely done. I don't have any complaints about the lighting at all. The ditch lights are bright, the headlights are bright, and they just look good. So we'll check that out. I will operate the locomotive some, let you listen to it. I'll do some quiet running, let you listen to that. I'll pull out my speedometer and show you the speed step 1, slow speed moving of this. And then we'll do one of my classic pull tests. And then I think I'm going to wrap this video up with a little short operation with this locomotive to let you just see it in action. These lights are not programmed to alternate with the horn. It does appear, at least on camera, that the headlights are a little bit brighter than the ditch lights, but it's not that noticeable in person. This does also have some random sounds that play as the locomotive idles. And function 7 is the headlight dimmer and also cab chatter. It's pretty quiet though. I don't know what they're saying. If you happen to hear that, it was pretty quiet. I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but I had the digital dynamic exhaust feature, the Tsunami 2 decoder, calibrated and in use on that run. You could hear the prime mover notching up and notching down to simulate, working to get the locomotive moving, and then to maintain that speed once it's moving. It doesn't need to work as hard, so it backs off. And you will notice that feature a little bit later as I do a mini op session. Now let's give you a quick quiet run by of this so you can hear the drive line, and then we'll move on. No abnormal noises or anything. I'm perfectly happy with that. Really nice. No gear chatter or anything. Just normal driveline. One more thing I would like to mention. This locomotive comes with a K5LA horn. Some of them come with different horns depending on the road name and road number. The Tsunami 2 was supposed to come calibrated with the correct horn sound and bell sound. Unfortunately, mine showed up with the RS3L horn programmed in from the factory, so I did have to change that to a K5LA. And there's actually 3 different K5LA horns that you can choose from as far as the sound. So just take note of that. It wouldn't hurt to double check yours when you get it. Alright guys, it's time for a pull test. I like to do a traditional type pull test where I actually hook up cars to it and see what it will pull. This locomotive weighs in roughly right around 12.5 ounces, and I will let you count how many cars it is pulling. Let's get going. And by the way, the slack is taken out of all this. I know some people like to think I cheat or something. The slack has been removed from this string of cars, so let's get started. Speed step 1. Did you count 28 cars? If so, then you were correct. Now let's check the slow speed of this thing with the speedometer. We'll do speed step 1 and see what it does. I'm all about slow speed. I like slow speed. And this thing moves nice and smooth at speed step 1. No jerkiness or anything. 1.1 scale miles per hour. Not too shabby. Here we have lease unit number 427 getting ready to enter the main line off the interchange track. It has run-through rights and will head to the yard where it will drop off and then head back light. Because of the design of my layout, the interchange tracks do not lead directly to the yard, so we have to traverse the layout one time to enter the yard. And that is the run-through rights portion of this. Sit back and enjoy. Also listen for the digital dynamic exhaust.